Let's have a closer look at the Alpine A480 for the 2021 Hypercar season. The car is basically an old Rebellion R13, so it's not a new car. But there's one specific Aero update I want to talk about. Compared to the R13, the new Alpine has strangely shaped front fenders. It's a very bubbly and round shape, and I want to discuss where this is coming from and what it does aerodynamically. Prototypes usually have a gradually rising shape of the front fenders. This front side will have higher pressure because it's the forward-facing surface, and because of the angle of this surface it will create some downforce. But because of this angled shape and the constant width of the front wheel behind it, there is not so much space to bend around the front wheel, and the frontal area will be relatively large. If I have a larger area with high pressure, it will create a force pointing backwards, and it means I have more drag. Now, for Le Mans, with its long straights, teams are developing low downforce body kits, and we could see the first bubbly fenders in 2015 at the Audi R18. Audi had a high downforce and a low downforce bodywork. The low downforce option had these bubbly fenders for the first time, and in 2016 they shaped them even more extreme. This is a concept to reduce the frontal area of the fenders in order to reduce drag. A round, gently shaped shape gives less opportunity for the high pressure to push the car back, so it's less drag. To be able to shape them as gently as possible, they have to be as long as possible. The result is this strange shape that we see on the A480 now. So in general, the Alpine is a known LMP1 race car that will be quite competitive and provide great sound with its non-hybrid, naturally aspirated V8. But I ask myself if this strategy is really the right one, especially for a French car manufacturer in Le Mans, because basically they buy an old LMP1 car and just run it with a few Aero updates. The car was originally designed by Orica and it has a Gibson engine with no hybrid system. Nothing on this is Renault or Alpine, and they just changed the livery. Some people say Le Mans is holy ground, and manufacturers should only compete with their own developments, and not with spec cars like LMDH. But to run a LMDH car, manufacturers would need to design an engine, and what Renault is doing here is not even that. ACO allowed them to do this because they need every single car on the grid. But is this really how Renault wants to compete in Le Mans as a French car manufacturer? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.